All of these things are signals to the autonomous function of the body. They're signals that will create the emotional state.
Welcome to the Achieve Today podcast. Today, we will be diving deep into your emotional state and how you can really up that game. To do so, we've pulled a training from about 2 weeks ago with Mortimer, who is a really big coach here. He's been working with us for about 10 to 15 years and has so much experience. And so in this clip, it's about 10 minutes long, and he's talking to our salespeople here who really help others transform their life and maybe possibly get into the coaching program. But he helps them understand 7 different methods that you can practice in your mornings to really level up your day, boost your attitude for the day, whatever it is that you need to do to really get your emotional state into a good, healthy level. He also will help you with an equation that is 4 different things that you can really apply together to really boost your emotional state. So enjoy the clip.
Why are so many people failing with their New Year's resolutions? Well, here's my question for you. Everybody is thinking about what they want to achieve, right? Everybody's thinking about the goal. How many people are thinking about the emotion they want to feel for the year? Now think about that for a moment. If emotions drive human behavior and nobody's thinking about the emotion when they're setting goals, there's a problem there. So that's the first thing we start off with in the Miracle Journal is what are the emotions that you want to feel today? So if you just shout out some emotions, what are some emotions that'd be pretty awesome if you could feel this today? What would that be? Elation, empowered, celebration, joy, happiness, excitement. Okay, what are the emotions you don't want to feel today? Disempowered, stress, fear, disappointment, frustration, guilt, shame, right? How many of us wake up every day and actually intentionally go through that list? Here's what I want. Here's the emotions I want. Here's the emotions I don't want. And then you intentionally start to work towards those emotions. So you'll notice there is an equation that I wrote right there on how to feel those emotional states. Remember what it is? Vision, words, body posture, breath. To the best of my knowledge, that is the most effective way to change your state. Those 4 things. Vision. So what are you visualizing? If you're feeling disempowered emotions like stress, like hatred, like anger, like jealousy, my first question is, what have you been visualizing in your brain? Because that's directly tied into the emotions are automatic for most people, unless you're a Hollywood actor and actress. In that case, you shouldn't be in here. You make lots of money because you have that high level of emotional control. But they're autonomous. Right? So how do you tune into that autonomous function of the body? Vision, number 1. Number 2 is words. We know that words have an emotional charge associated with them. So what are the empowering words that you've been saying? And most people, they're using disempowering words, fear, anger. Oh, I can't stand this person, right? They're stating these things and repeating them over and over and then wondering why they're in the hoarder's house. Right? And why do I feel stuck? Right? That's the biggest thing, that over 100 million people in America today say they feel stuck. You probably talk to people that use that word. I just feel stuck in my life. I feel stuck. I don't know what's going on. Well, we can trace it back to what have you been visualizing? What words have you been saying? What's your body posture like? That's a real simple one, right? How have you been carrying yourself? Chances are, how many people are even conscious of that? Right? Not too many people even are aware of how they've been carrying themselves throughout the day. And then finally, your breath. Are you breathing short and shallowly? Or are you breathing deep and fully? All of these things are signals to the autonomous function of the body. They're signals that will create the emotional state. And also, how are you labeling your emotions? There was a study that was done where they found that 2 people can experience the same emotion, physiologically, the same emotion, and both of them will describe it as different things. Okay, so for example, Olympic gymnasts would be feeling stress, for example. Their palms would be sweating, their hearts would be racing. One gymnast would label it as stress. The other gymnast would label the same emotion as excitement. Who do you think performed better? Right? So how are you labeling your emotions? Are you labeling them with disempowering words, or are you labeling them with empowering words? All right, miraculous morning routine. These are the things after studying a lot of high performers. Many of you know I was a high performance coach for Brendan Burchard for about 2 years. I coached a lot of his clients. I was trained directly by Brendan Burchard. And so he had a lot of good stuff. Dennis Waitley had a lot of good stuff. Zig Ziglar had a lot of good stuff. All these thought leaders had really, really good things. These are the things that I found most important. Do you know that most millionaires, we're talking 80 to 90% of millionaires have the habit of meditation? 80 to 90%. That was a stat given to me by Tim Ferriss. Tools for Titans was the name of his book. He interviewed some of the world's most successful people, and he found it was an incredibly high number of these people meditate. If you don't know how to meditate, or you're not meditating daily, when that high of a percentage of successful people do something, that's a good sign to do it. Number 2, working out. Okay. Notice I don't put a time limit on any of this. I don't tell you how to work out or anything else. That's for you to decide, but this is something we know that's going to impact how you feel and how you show up every day. Affirmations. We all know affirmations. This could be something, again, no time limit here. If you're just starting out, if you want to start with 30 seconds of repeating, I'm joyful, I am awesome, I'm amazing, then that works. What's a good affirmation that you like to repeat?
I'm a warrior.
I'm a warrior. Okay, that could be your affirmation. I'm a warrior. Look at that. His energy just beams, man. He just beams in that when he says that. All right. Study. One of my favorite ways to study. How long is your commute to work every day? 10 minutes? Yeah, that's not bad. What about everybody else? 20 minutes? 50 minutes? That's a long one. 5 minutes? 15 minutes? Okay, so for most people, we're looking at anywhere from 10 minutes to 2 hours in a car. For me, it's 30 minutes, right? So to and from work, that's an hour every day that I could be listening to. I could be listening to music, nothing wrong with that, or I could be studying. And so this 2020, I've chosen to study every day in the car. I listen to my Audible books. So turning your car into a library is a huge thing. Do you know that the average audiobook is about 7 hours long? If you listen to it, so as well, 7 to 14 hours on average, the average book on tape or on Audible. Just dated myself there. So if you can listen to it 2 times speed, right, you're going to get a book to 2 books done every week. That's 52 books in a year you could listen to just driving to and from work. You're doing it anyway. That's a way to effectively use your time to study more. Prayer, we don't need to go into that one. Play and laugh. So I like to take 5-10 minutes, and keep in mind, any of these can be taken to the extreme, right? You could take play to the extreme and waste your whole day, right? And some people do that, right? Sometimes it's good to have a day like that, but when it gets to be every day, it's a challenge. So play and laugh and have that time where you can just sit down, laugh, get those good neurotransmitters flowing in your bloodstream, which is awesome. I like to listen to Ed Bassmaster, I think is his name. Would you look at that? You know the guy. You guys seen that video? Anyway, you can find your own YouTube video or something funny, or do something to make yourself laugh every day. Did you know that laughter can actually downregulate cancer cells in the body? That's through the science of epigenetics. So if you want to be healthier, if you want to live longer, laugh. It's really, really important. And then finally, the last piece is to cultivate relationships. So this could be something as simple as sending a text to a friend or a family member and just saying, hey, just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you today. Hey, you're awesome. Let's just do this real quick. I want you to find, everyone pull out your cell phones real quick.
Well, if you didn't bring it.
You didn't bring it? That's okay. If you didn't bring it, everybody who brought it, let's do a little experiment. I want you to write one nice thing to someone right now. Find someone and say one nice thing to them.
Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this podcast. We really appreciate you, and we know that you will continue to get value if you subscribe to our channel. This is a great place to learn more about yourself, dive deep into your limiting beliefs, and really clear those out so that you can live your best life ever in every different aspect of your life. So make sure that you subscribe. Thank you for joining, and we'll talk to you soon.